Tip number 2 is using the basic business formula to calculate the impact of our business. It looks very simple, but it's actually very powerful. So pay close attention. On the top, we have the price of our product or service, which minus the cost of the product gives us the margin. Then the market size multiplied by the market share gives us the number of sales. And the margin multiplied by the sales gives us the total margin. What the hell? Why do we need to know that? Well, this number is actually one of the most important numbers in business because it tells us how much we can spend to run our business and marketing in order to be profitable. So if we spend more than that, we're just not going to be profitable. And then this is actually our profit on the right, but only after we take out interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. People use EBIT or EBITDA or the profit, but it's kind of the same thing. You just need to know that these things are actually taken out of the profit before we can actually call it a profit and distribute it as dividends to shareholders, for example. But it's actually this part that we really need to care about when doing our business planning. And this gives us some very, very important formulas that we need to understand. For example, the revenue of our company is the price multiplied by the sales. Everyone knows that. The cost of goods sold is referring to all of the products and goods that you sold in a given period of time. And it's basically the cost of each product multiplied by the number of times it was sold. The marketing budget is the sales multiplied by the cost of acquisition. So if you want to do a revenue projection, you can have a target CPA or a target for efficiency, for example, and a target for sales. And this gives us our marketing budget. And now I'm going to show you how everything in business is connected to this. So first of all, this is calculated per unit of time. And if it's a month, you need to use the product price or average order value. If you want to calculate it for a year, you can use the yearly order volume. Or if you want to go for a longer period, you could use the lifetime value instead of the price. But everything else kind of becomes the same. And then the main point is that you control the 6 levers. Remember, you decide the price, you have certain control over how you make the products or who you buy them from. You control the cost, you control what market you go for, and the efficiency of your marketing strategy determines the market share that you're going to get. So you have complete control over that as well. The CPA, or the cost per acquisition, is basically a measure of your marketing efficiency, so you control that as well, and your expenses are literally your decision on who to hire, what office to get, or not to get an office at all, so that's completely in your control. So these 6 numbers control everything that happens in every business, and you as the business owner have control over them. Let's take a look at a quick example. We have an Apple store, and let's say we sell an apple for $10. We buy it for $2 and we have $8 of margin. We have a market of 1,000 people. We have a stand on the market. We get 50 sales a day, so that's 5% market share. And when we multiply the sales and the margin, we end up with a total margin of $400. Let's say we spent $100 for marketing, which gives us a $2 CPA divided by the 50 sales. And then we have $200 for expenses, which is for George, for example, who is going to take care of shipping the products. And then we have $100 profit. Whether you project $100 or $100 million in profits, the approach is the same. You just need to figure out what you need to do to make those numbers happen. That's what we'll talk about next.